unfortunately, an incident early hours of the morning around 7 a.m. where a van ploughed into a residential house, crashed, and then a man wielding a samurai sword jumped out, started attacking residents in the area. Unfortunately, a young lad around 14 years old was killed and 4 other people were injured. And what we know so far, the police are not treating as a terrorist attack, but what they are saying is that this is an isolated incident.
Stop taking time! Stop taking time! We're getting recovered! Let go out! Get the body! Get the body! Get your cabin! Get down! Get down! He's down! He's down! Keep going! Hey, stop it! Secure! Secure! Stop! Secure! Reloading!
I'm close, but really close by, so I heard all the sirens and everything yesterday. I was about to take my youngest into his school just up the road, and then the school actually sent a message saying there'd been something going on in the area, take extra care when coming to school. So I rang the school, spoke to them to be told whether I feel safe enough to bring him in or not, and I chose that no. So I put my kids straight in the car, went straight to my mum's house. It's a little bit further up. That's not fair. That's not fair. It could have been one of my kids. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I said, whether you know him or not, that young boy has lost his life. For what? Yes. Yeah, look.
Do you think this will change the community?
Yeah, I think they'll be a lot more frightened. I think the children are going to be frightened to go to school on their own, and that shouldn't happen. So, yeah, I think it's really wrong. What is wrong with the world nowadays? I don't know. It's gone crazy.
I think the police dealt with the situation really professionally. I think that, they were on scene. I've seen some of the pictures on social media and on the television in terms of how they handled it, the threat that they were under. So, hats off to the police. They did a fantastic job. I think with, speaking to an officer last night, he was called from Brixton, one of the police services in Brixton. So what that tells me is, there's a shortage in terms of public sector workers, in terms of the police resources that are being stretched. So, a lot of the politicians have been around, they've said, what they've had to say. But unfortunately, this is an issue that's going to keep happening. I myself work in education. I see things similar to this with, young people. But this is not just about young people. This guy was 36 years old. So it's across the board. There's issues that are not being addressed within the wider communities, and it's going to keep on happening, unfortunately. Mental health, for example, is being cited in this particular instance. We know that there's a lack of public sector funding within the education sector. Within frontline services, social services, mental health services, funding from the government is being depleted over the last 10 to 15 years. So there's an issue there, really, that that is the core antecedent. It's all good saying we're going to ban knives, we're going to stop the sale of knives, but that's not really the core problem. The problem is there are people in the community who need help, who have got issues, and they really need to be kind of addressed as a priority.